Whenever a new patch comes out, I usually do a bonus 2-hour stream to get in that gold rush of content creation. This often includes reading out the change notes, which, quite frankly, are often pretty uninspiring. So out of boredom, I ask, has anyone made these easier to read in some multimedia format? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's my job, innit? Let's talk about our new giant boy first. Zombies now respawn every 45 seconds rather than 30 seconds after being destroyed by a player. They now also only spend 1.5 seconds idle before patrolling, down from 3 seconds. Their audio range has been increased from 5 meters to 6 meters, and they now shrink their collision when blinded, allowing you to move past them. Zombies definitely feel more effective in live than they did in the PTB, so these are all changes that feel good. In terms of your power, when you hit a contaminated survivor with your tentacle strike, your mutation rate now increases. That is, the bar that moves you from tier 1 to tier 3 goes up. All of Nemesis's perks have it's hard to say, isn't it? Nemesis. All of Nemesis's perks have changed in some way. Lethal Pursuer, the perk that shows you the auras of all survivors at the start of the trial, now has a duration of 9 seconds rather than 7. Hysteria, the perk that makes survivors suffer from the oblivious status effect for 30 seconds, now triggers every time a survivor is put into injured by any means, where before it was only when you hit the survivor. Finally, Eruption, a gen regressing perk that also makes survivors incapacitated, now triggers when a survivor enters the dying state by any means, and has had its cooldown reduced from 90 seconds to 30 seconds. Its incapacitation duration is also increased from 14 seconds to 16 seconds. Now we move on to non-chapter related balance changes. The Demogorgon has had several add-on changes. Lifeguard Whistle, a perk which shows killer instinct for survivors nearby a portal, has had a reduction in detection radius by 1 meter. Barb's Glasses now reduces shred recovery time by 15% rather than 20%. Black Heart now reduces shred recovery time after successful attacks by 15% rather than 20%. Vermilion Webcap now grants 3 seconds of additional undetectable duration rather than 1 second. And finally, Rat Tail now increases portal opening time by 35% rather than 25%. Now we have 2 changes to perks. Franklin's Demise no longer destroys items that have been dropped by the perk, but instead drains charges over time until they're left totally empty. This is a weird one. I think it's a buff, as it means that getting a Franklin's hit is now immediately useful long term rather than just being a minor setback for survivors whilst they go to pick up the item, but I'm really not sure who was asking for it. Lucky Break's duration has been increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. This is good. It was basically useless at 45 seconds. And the max turn rate per frame for the Blight's Rush has been readjusted. By the looks of it, J-flicking is alive and well, so I'm not too sure what's going on here, but still a change worth noting. Given that this is a Dead by Daylight update, there are a few bugs and glitches of note. The most jarring and immediately obvious is that the new map is currently disabled as some players were crashing on it. They'll be giving you 300,000 BP if you log in at any time in the next week, so that's quite nice, but I mean, I want to play on the new map, and I don't want to play on the new map. I don't like the new map, but like, yeah. If you do the new bot match tutorials, all of your cosmetics and loadouts are reset to the default, which will mess up anyone who's done the cosmetic glitch. Yeah, speaking of cosmetics, this isn't a glitch, but there's a new regular looking one for both survivors. The head model of these are identical to the base model, and you originally, as in within the first few hours of the patch, not the PTB, could spend 800 auric cells and just skip having to buy the head. But then behavior caught on and made it so the cosmetics are a set. Classy move right there, making us pay for a part of the base model. You love to see it.
Sorry, change in audio quality. I've just gone on Twitter, and not only are PlayStation 4 and Xbox players reporting that the game is lagging so much it's basically unplayable, but now the servers have gone down too. So let's throw that on the glitches list, shall we?
All in, this has been a bit of a rough launch, but certainly a lot better than some recent ones. The killer is fairly well balanced and fun to play as and against, and unlike a certain chapter release, the perks all appear to do what they say they do. There are issues, but no doubt these will be fixed in time. So yeah, let me know how you're finding 5.0.0 in the comments, and thank you for watching. Today's Q&A question comes from Jay the Last, who asks, what's one meme build that you really enjoy playing with? Locker build. Every time. You know what I've been running as more or less my main build for the last week? Head on, inner strength, quick and quiet, and detective's hunch. I can't get enough of it. The heals, the totem knockouts, juking killers by jumping into lockers. It's unbelievably satisfying. Check it out if you haven't already, seriously. As well as the names on screen right now, I'd like to thank my patrons, Not Make the Fine and Spikeo Pro, as well as Gem Rushers, Club and Minions of the Entity members, Santi Gamer, Joshua Daney, Alia E, Spirit Walker, Merciless Cheeseburger, Lewis Hernan, Dapper, Chipstar878, and Clem Scotts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, shit, I'm streaming at 10 AM now. We're going to pour some more coffee. We're going to get way back in, okay? We're going to get our head back in the game, man. Oh. Mr. Eclipse, thank you for the follow. I just poured coffee down my leg.